Zoran Mamdani was inaugurated on Jan 1 and people are crashing out, but nobody has inspired me quite like Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa does not like Mamdani, or at least he doesn't really care for him, but he hates Cuomo. He hates Cuomo so much that he was willing to wait in the freezing cold in the pedestrian line just to attend Zoran's inauguration, just to spite.
This is a line that you're waiting in right now for, of course, your opponent in the mayoral races, inauguration. What brings you out today?
Well, I'm with the peeps. I came out of the subway into the streets. I don't expect an easy pass or whatever, but I'm not a sore loser anyway, like Adams or Cuomo, so I'm here to hope for the best, because if Zoran does well, the city does well, the state does well, the country does well.
Do you think politics needs more of that these days?
Oh, absolutely. It's so toxic, so partisan. But then again, look at the guy who sided against me, President Trump, right? He had a love fest with Zoran in the White House after calling him Kami Mandami for what, months? So they played us. They played us. And we need to come together. Some people voted for me. Some people didn't vote for me. But that's the results of elections. That's our democracy. One person, one vote, not billionaires, not the masters of the universe, not insiders, not influencers. The people have spoken. They've chosen the mayor.
Cuomo, that level of commitment to pettiness is deeply, deeply inspiring. It's peak New York City petty energy. And if you want to see the complete opposite of that energy, if you want to watch a wealthy Upper East Side influencer completely crash out, melt down over policies that are actually going to help her and other working people, and watch her get mad about free buses and universal healthcare, and watch her trivialize homelessness and erase why students protested the death of some 50,000 Palestinians, including over 17,000 children, and you want to watch her engage in blatant Islamophobia and blame a mayor for decisions made months before he took office, then buckle up, because Liz Sevetsky is giving us all of that and more.
All right, guys, we are all preparing to go into 2026. And while we're preparing for a new year, Zoran Mamdani is preparing to destroy our city. Not only has he defended al-Qaeda terrorists, the ones responsible for the worst terrorist attack in American history, but he's also defended ISIS terrorists. We need to be going into 2026 with our eyes wide open, because Zoran Mamdani...
Real quick, I'm Lauren Paritra, and we really have to maintain our lead over here over Katie Miller and subscriber count, because I'm somehow still ahead without having to traumatize the internet with my podcast or support the ripping of families apart. So please subscribe, hit that notifications bell, turn notifications on. We cannot let the wife of Stephen Little Bitch Miller get ahead of us. Okay, so back to it. So welcome to New Yorkistan, where Liz Sevetsky has spent Zoran's entire campaign making an absolute ass out of herself.
You want a sticker? Yeah, I have a question. Why do you guys like crime so much?
We don't like crime.
You don't? No? So
No.
how do you feel about the NYPD? Yeah, good. No? You like crime? You like radical Islam? You like terrorism? Do you fund the NYPD?
No.
Oh, you don't? You know that Zoran has tweeted multiple times about defunding the police. You want to defund the NYPD?
I do.
Yeah, you do? That's good. I'm so glad to hear that you hate this city. Are you saving New York City from socialism?
No.
He's going to bankrupt this city. Good luck. You too. Have a fabulous day.
And she's showing no signs of stopping. She's now making videos saying that Zoran wasted no time enacting policies that will impact our community. And what are these horrifying policies, you may ask? Working towards free and fast buses, universal healthcare, the kind of stuff that actually helps people. She warns ominously that we have a very long, long road ahead.
All right, guys, it is day 2 of Mamdani's New York. This is a very unsettling situation.
As if making public transit affordable is some kind of dystopian nightmare. But here's where it gets truly unhinged. Liz has been telling people that they should go to the Upper East Side and protest by making camps at Gracie Mansion.
Happy New Year, everyone. It is 2026, and we have a new mayor here in New York City, and his name is Mamdani. Mamdani has just moved in to Gracie Mansion. So I wanted to take this moment to let all of you know that if you are unhappy with your current living situation, if you're looking for a new place to go, you can also move to Gracie Mansion. All you got to do is go to mycampusencampment.com and get yourself one of the official campus encampment tents paid for by foreign governments. Head on over to Carl Schurz Park and pitch your tent right next to Gracie Mansion. Mayor Mamdani has said that he will not dismantle tent cities, which makes sense because his dad was one of the lead organizers of the campus encampment at Columbia. So grab your flashlight, grab your supplies for s'mores, head on over to Gracie Mansion and pitch your tent. I'll see you there. Happy New Year.
Let's pause here. She's completely missing the point. People live in tents because they're poor, because they're experiencing homelessness, because they're going through incredibly difficult times. Homelessness is an acute protest aesthetic, Lizzie. It's a crisis that is a humanitarian crisis that requires empathy and housing policy, not performative camping trips to Gracie Mansion. What she's actually trying to reference, though, are the protests that happened on many college campuses where many students, including both Jewish, Palestinian, and white students alike, protested the apartheid conditions in Gaza and demanded humanitarian aid for the Palestinian people. And let's be clear about what they were protesting. They were protesting the over 45,000 Palestinians that have been killed in Gaza, including more than 17,000 children. This represents one of the largest civilian death tolls and the highest number of children killed in a modern conflict. That's what those students were standing up against. They weren't throwing tantrums because their team player didn't win. They were demanding an end to mass civilian deaths. But Liz Sevetsky continues making Islamophobic, racist remarks about Zoran, comparing him to Al-Qaeda and to terrorists. And let me be clear. A white woman comparing a democratically elected official to terrorists purely because of his name and background and color of his skin is racist. Full stop. It's offensive, it's bigoted, and it needs to be called out for what it is. And as if that wasn't enough, Lizzie also made a total ass of herself by going around on buses and asking, "Did you just know that the bus fares got raised?"
Hi guys, from the New York City bus. For Mayor Mamdani, he promised us a free ride, but guess what we got instead? Higher bus fares. Yes, that is right. Today, the price of this bus went up to $3. You know why? Because even with this price increase, the New York City buses and subways are barely able to function. The mayor of New York City has actually never had control over the transportation. That is controlled by the state. Yes, that's right, the governor. Mamdani, he lied to all of you, and guess who's paying the price? All of us, literally.
Here's the thing. On the very same day that the MTA fares increased from $2.90 to $3, a hike that was approved by the MTA board back in September 2025, before Mamdani even took office, Zoran rode that free bus, Q70 bus in Jackson Heights. He spent the evening on the only free bus line in the city, talking to New Yorkers about what a fair free ride meant for them. What was clear right away is that the relief this one bus line gives working class New Yorkers could not have been more clear. He wrote, "Imagine if every bus felt like this. That's the whole point." Zoran campaigned on making buses free for New Yorkers, and he's actually working towards it. Meanwhile, Lizzie is out here treating fare increases of 10 cents like it's some kind of gotcha moment, as if Zoran, who's been in office for couple days at this point, maybe 2 days at the time of her video, personally controls the MTA board decisions made months before his inauguration. The cognitive dissonance, it's always cognitive dissonancing. And she's mad about policies that would help working families afford transportation and childcare. She's trivializing homelessness, and she's erasing the reality of mass civilian casualties in Gaza. And she's engaging in blatant Islamophobia, all while positioning herself as some kind of community advocate. So Curtis Sliwa might not really like Zoran, but at least he showed up with honest spite. Liz is out here speed running every bad faith argument and racist dog whistle in the book. New Yorkistan indeed. And hey, if you like watching me call out Islamophobic, bad faith, gotcha mitches, and the weaponization of homelessness as a protest aesthetic, don't forget, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, turn notifications on. I cannot let people like Lizzie and Katie Miller get ahead of me. Remember, I'm Lauren Paritra, and if you want more on these types of politics dissected without the racism and with actual empathy for working people, subscribe and don't let the MAGA crew steal your front row seat to the chaos. We'll be back with more. Hooray, done.